What's going on, everybody? It is BladedSoul here, coming at you with the first impressions. In hindsight, I should have thought that through before I said it, but YOLO. We are going to jump straight into it. Now, first impressions, I have already talked about what this series is, and basically it is exactly that. It is my first impressions of a game. Doesn't necessarily have to be a new game, but it does have to be new to me. Quick disclaimer, this game is not new to me. I started playing this game about, I don't know, a week or two ago, and I should have done a first impression for it when I started, but basically I wasn't sure I was even going to do first impressions then. So, you know, it happens. But I'm not going to talk spoilerish, I'm just going to talk about whether or not I recommend the game, what it is, so on and so on and so on. Now, first of all, if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, don't even bother. I mean, you're not going to get on with this game even a little bit. It is so deeply entrenched in the Lord of the Rings lore. I mean, realistically, I've read the books, like all of them. I've seen all the films, but except the last one. And I didn't get some of the references. Like, you have to really know it. Also, if you're too much of a fan, this will annoy you because it deviates a lot from that. Some of the stuff, like some of the main characters in here, are doing things that they never did in Tolkien's work, like ever. And I can imagine that will annoy some of the hardcore fans. But in terms of the game, first we're going to go with visuals. Visually, it's a beautiful game. It's not the best graphics game I've ever seen, although this is on 360 as well as one, so that could be why. But it is very, very good. It is a genuinely beautiful game. You know, there's a couple of times you see areas and it's like, wow, that's really something. I strongly would say this game's good for the looks. In terms of the audio, the music and such, it's alright, but I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about. Gameplay is pretty solid. A lot of the things I heard about this game was like it was Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. Let's try not to merge those words. Basically set in Lord of the Rings, and yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at here. Story is actually quite fun. Like I said, it may confuse some people and it may annoy some people, but it's, from what I've done, I haven't finished it. From what I've done, it's a pretty good storyline. It's pretty good enemies. I love what they've done with the enemies, especially the orcs. I won't go into it, but you'll see they're not the generic orcs of the film. They do actually have some kind of purpose to them. Now, obviously, in terms of combat, stuff like that, you can see here, I'm doing one of the side missions. There's quite a few side missions and quite a few collectibles. So if you're sort of a completionist like me, you're going to want to get them. To be honest, you'll get most of them just for making a point of getting them when you're near them. But if I'm honest, I have spent several hours getting collectibles, and as of recording this video, I have still not finished it. Hopefully I will have finished it by the end tonight, but I am very close. But there are quite a few of them I had to spend a good few hours doing it. So like I said, if you're a completionist, you're going to want to do that. But to be honest, there aren't huge advantages to getting them in the game. So if you're not a completionist, I wouldn't worry about it. If I was you, I'd leave it. Unless you're particularly interested in lore and stuff like that, I wouldn't bother. But yeah, all in all, my first impression, and second and third and fourth, because this is so not a first impression video, is that this is a solid game. This is genuinely a very good game. I was surprised how good it was. Like, I expected it to be good, but the only other Lord of the Rings game I've played of this nature were like the movie tie-ins, and like, they were alright. I enjoyed them when I was like 13, 14, but I look back now and I think, oh my god, why was I playing that? It was genuinely quite bad. It really was. But no, this game is definitely improvement. If you're a hack and slash fan, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I would definitely recommend trying it out. You will have a lot of fun with this game. I can promise you that. And that wraps up the first ever first impressions that isn't really a first impression. Do you want to know what the irony is? The next first impression is Saints Row 4 re-elected. which I had finished on Xbox 360. So we're really bucking this trend already. I am a friggin' idiot. Anyway, as per usual guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next video.
I will tell your tale.